Hello Natural Beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today is going to be my monthly collaboration with Beth from LilBetsy_79 and DeDe from DeDe's Beauty and More. And in this series we feature an indie brand. So we all take turns picking brands that we would like to use and we make a video with them. So this month was my choice and I chose Violet Voss. This is one of my top 3 favorite eyeshadow formulas. So I thought that this would be a great brand to feature. Now you can see I have several palettes here and I have a series. Well, I'm going to say at least 2, maybe 3 or 4 videos using this one. So I'm not going to use that one today unless I decide to use some glitters because it does have some beautiful glitters in here. Let's see what that looks like right there, just in case you haven't seen it. And this one is the Best Life palette. This is the first one, and I think there are 2. So I also have, this is my original Violet Voss palette. I bought this maybe 2-3 years ago, and I'm not going to use this one today because this one has been featured in my this is an old video. It was called Makeup Love Stories, and I talk about makeup products that I feel emotionally attached to and why I am attached to them. And since I did that and it's in all kind of like favorite videos, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this Violet Voss Essentials that I got in a BoxyCharm when I was receiving it. I'm going to say last year, maybe the year before. So let's get started, and we're going to talk about Beth and DeDe first. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but you know what? I think I'm going to stay in these 4 right here because that really looks like kind of a cute Thanksgiving kind of look. And I'm thinking about Thanksgiving looks right now as we speak. Or, you know, that could be pretty too. I think I'm going to do those, but I'm going to pull this orange into it. So that's probably the last that I'm going to like be, you know, like this is a tutorial. But also I used this color right here, cream. What am I? Oh, I'm using this one. So I used that color to set my entire eyelid, and I did not realize exactly how shimmery it is. So you can see my eyes a little bit brighter than usual because you know, I didn't realize it was going to be so bright. But so yeah, this is a series that DeDe and Beth were doing. And I had a lot of the brands that they were talking about and featuring, and we do so many collabs together. I love collabing with so many people here on YouTube because it's like hanging out with your girlfriends, you know, and on your own time because they're doing their own things. Once we set up a collaboration, we don't like necessarily like dwell on it or fixate on it. You know, we might give each other reminders or something, but it's really just like hanging out with your girlfriends, which is so valuable to me right now because I'm stuck in quarantine and David is the only person that I really get to see on the regular. Now my son is going to be home soon, and once he comes home, he will be able to like stay home. And he had gone back to school because he had like some robotics and mechanics kind of classes that he needed hands-on labs for. So he couldn't help but go. But they did practice like social distancing and stuff. So, you know, luckily he's going to be done with that and he can stay home. So, yeah, so the ladies were doing this for a while and they invited me. And I was so grateful because I love kind of just hanging out with them, even if it is like via YouTube, because, you know, I need some human interaction. I think I'm going to pull this orange in because, like I said, I'm thinking about like Thanksgiving Day looks. But, so yeah, and DeDe right now, she is doing a series that I am just feeling. And she started it recently. It is her Friday favorites and fails. That's hard to say. It's a lot of F's. So I had to make sure I was pronunciating it correctly. But yeah, so I was really excited when they invited me to this series, and I'm really enjoying DeDe's Friday Favorites and Fails series. And I am absolutely, now Beth, I'm waiting, I've kind of been leaving Beth alone for a little bit as far as like her YouTube channel and on Instagram, because she's reading a book that I sent her all late for her birthday. And I'm curious, you know, if she's done with it, so I don't want to like interfere with her reading time, you know. But, and that's one of my favorite things about Beth and DeDe as well, and so many other people on here. I'm only talking about them because this is, you know, a collaboration with them. So, of course, I'm gonna talk about them, y'all, because they're awesome, and they are just so kind and friendly. And, like I was saying, not only do we enjoy each other's company regarding, like, makeup, but we also enjoy the same books and music, and you know, so we really get along well outside of YouTube as well. And so one of the reasons that I chose Violet Voss is because I love this eyeshadow formula, y'all. And I want you to try and see if you can see through like the shimmer, you know, from that cream color, because looking at it in person, y'all, these other shadows have gone on it and they have not allowed like any of the shimmer to like come through, you know. And so I think that's really awesome, because not all colors can kind of stand up, you know, on their own, let alone on top of other colors. And look at how gorgeous this shadow right here is. Pink. I don't think I've ever used this particular shadow before. But one of the ways that I tend to measure my eyeshadows is to see how they work without primer and without like spraying them or cutting my crease. But that just went on so beautifully. Again, it went right on top. Now it does have, I mean, it's pink. That's what it's even named. And I put it on top of a lot of orange. So it didn't necessarily come across pink, but it definitely has a pink color to it. And so I really hope that you are able to see how nicely these shadows build and blend, because I really do love this Violet Voss brand. And if you are new to my channel, I want to thank you for watching this video. And I also want to let you know that my favorite makeup product is eyeshadow palettes. Absolutely love them. I would say right after that would be highlighters, but I love me a face palette, y'all. Like something like a whole facial moment in a palette. Love that. And if you are one of my returning subscribers, I want to thank you for coming back and clicking on my videos and putting up with my goofiness and my randomness sometime. But look at that shadow, y'all. So pretty. I don't know if this will do anything if I use it on my outer V's, so I think I'm gonna go in with this one. Which one? I guess we'll go in with this one. So yeah, so I want to know, do you have Violet Voss? Is this a brand that you have ever tried before? If not, I totally get it, because for me, it tends to be like, it can be stepping out on a limb when you are buying a an indie brand, because, you know, I mean, you don't really know them. There's not really a name behind them. But I'm sure Anastasia Beverly Hills had to start somewhere, you know, with a product. And, you know, someone had to step out onto the limb to try those products, and look at where she is now. And that's kind of how I feel about Violet Voss. But I have only purchased eyeshadow palettes from her. I haven't bought anything else. No lip, cheek, nothing else. Just my eyeshadow palettes. And again, my favorite product is going to be eyeshadow palettes. So, but she really has had such a great effect on me as far as like my opinion of her products, because they've all just been so very good. And I really hope you see how easily these are blending out. And I think, you know what, we're going to go in on top with, should we go in with that gold? Let's see if we can just add a little bit. I should have gone back in with that cream, but I think we'll just leave it the way it is. But again, look at that, y'all. I hope you can see it. And I'm so curious to see what Beth and DeDe are going to use, because we don't necessarily like check with each other, hey, do you have this palette or that palette? We just say, hey, do you have any of this brand, any of that brand? And then we just kind of like, yeah, we do. All right, I'll go ahead, and we do our own thing from there. So I have no idea what they're going to be using, but I will tell you, when I told them that I wanted to do a Violet Voss, in my head, the palette I wanted to use was one of my favorite palettes. It was this one. And this is also one of my top 3 favorite eyeshadow formulas. This is Viseart or Viseart. And I love this palette. I love the formulas. And this is the palette that I had in my head when I was telling them that I wanted to do Violet Voss. So when I went to go and pull this palette to sit down and film, I realized that it was Viseart and not Violet Voss. And my heart was kind of sad a little bit, y'all, because I really was looking forward to using that palette, because it's such a fun palette. But it's also funny because, like I said, Violet Voss is one of my top 3 favorite eyeshadow formulas, and so is Viseart. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up just to give you an idea specifically of the eyeshadows, because this is featuring Violet Voss eyeshadows, and I really want you to get a really good look at it. Also, if you're curious about my lips, I have this Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk Lip Secret set on. I have all of them on except for this one right here, which is like a diamond dazzler sparkling thing. But we're gonna go ahead and finish my face off camera, and we'll come back and show you a final look. Here we go. So I just love these shadows, y'all. Just the formula is so good. I did go back in with this cream one right here, right on the lower inner part of my lower lashes to match the, you know, highlight right up here. And then I realized when I was doing my lower lashes that this one right here, this Dusty Rose, really did come across on my skin tone underneath. It was actually darker than what it appeared. Like in here, it looks like a soft kind of Dusty Rose, but when I put it on, it looks more of like a light taupe. So that was a pleasant surprise. And on my cheeks, I have my Makeup London Revolution Hot Spice palette, and I got this like last year sometime from TJ Maxx for $2.50. That's in my November makeup bag, as well as what I used for my bronzing. So I used this Cover FX palette, and I only used this one right here. I have been using these others, like, you know, frequently, but I didn't use them today. Just this one with this really nice Big O brush, and just kind of added some color to my face. And I just cannot help but reach for this Jouer blush palette. I've had it for months, but I went ahead and I finished with this one right here, right on the apples of my cheeks, and then I just kind of blended everything out. So that is going to be my look, y'all. That's my final look. And I really do love these Violet Voss. Well, I guess these bangs aren't as cute as I thought they were going to be. But anyways, I really do love Violet Voss eyeshadows. But I want to know, have you tried anything else of hers? Because I have only tried the eyeshadows. So definitely go check out Beth and DeDe, because I am curious to see what they're going to use. And thank you all so much for joining me. Just know that I am sending you positivity, and I hope that you are doing what you love. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.